Welcome back to the deep dive. We're jumping straight in today because there are some staggering new financial details around the AI powerhouse Anthropic.
Staggering is the right word.
Right. Our mission is really just to unpack the sheer speed of its valuation increase. I mean, what is driving these numbers? Is it product? Is it hype?
And we can start with the big headline fact.
Hmm.
The reports are now confirmed. Anthropic is raising a fresh $10 billion
Okay, 10 billion.
at a $350 billion valuation. And, the number itself is wild, but the timeline is what's really fascinating here.
Exactly. Everyone talks about AI speed, but let's talk about what that actually looks like on a balance sheet. Honestly, it's dizzying.
It is.
That $350 billion number, it nearly doubles the company's valuation in what, 3 months?
Just 3 months. To put that into perspective for you, back in the fall, they closed their Series F. That was a big deal, $13 billion.
Right.
But the valuation then was $183 billion.
Okay, so that's already a huge jump from before.
And if you go back to just March of last year, it was only $61.5 billion.
So wait, you're telling me we've gone from about 60 billion to 350 billion in less than a year?
That's the math. A leap of almost $290 billion.
That's more than the entire market cap of some massive established companies. So who has the confidence and the cash to lead this round?
The source material says this one is being led by Coatue Management and, interestingly, GIC.
GIC, Singapore's sovereign wealth fund.
Exactly. And, you typically think of sovereign wealth funds as these long-term, stable, almost conservative investors.
Not chasing high-velocity AI bets.
Right. But their involvement here tells you something's changed. They don't see this as just a bet anymore. It feels more like an essential strategic move.
Okay, and that brings us to a really crucial detail. This $10 billion raise. It can be confusing because it's actually separate from other huge deals we've heard about, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It is entirely distinct from that $15 billion commitment from their big strategic partners.
NVIDIA and Microsoft.
NVIDIA and Microsoft, yeah.
Can you just quickly remind us how that other deal worked? Because it was kind of unusual.
It was. It was described as a circular deal. So the point wasn't just to give Anthropic cash. It was about locking in resources.
The compute.
The compute. Anthropic uses that $15 billion to buy $30 billion worth of compute capacity from Microsoft Azure, which of course runs on NVIDIA chips.
So it secures their infrastructure for training future models. That has to make investors like GIC feel a lot more secure.
Absolutely. It guarantees they can keep up with the competition.
Which brings me to my next question. Is this all just about future potential and these strategic partnerships? Or is there a real product engine driving this valuation, like right now?
The sources are pretty clear on this. It's product traction. They are winning over enterprise developers in a big way.
With what, specifically?
With a tool called Claude Code.
Okay, Claude Code. Why is that the thing that's moving the needle by tens of billions of dollars?
Because it automates coding. It's powered by their latest model, Quad Opus 4.5, which is optimized for really complex reasoning. But the key insight is that developers want more than just speed.
They want reliability.
And auditability, yeah. The sources suggest Anthropic's whole framework is just more appealing for big companies that need to generate verifiable, ethical code. Winning those high-value developers is the clearest path to long-term revenue.
So that product uptake is translating directly into market confidence, especially with what's on the horizon.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, connecting the dots. All this money is being raised as Anthropic is preparing for a potential IPO this year.
And they're not alone.
Not at all. They're in an IPO arms race with OpenAI, their main rival. And OpenAI is also in talks to raise money at a valuation of, maybe up to $830 billion?
It's just, the numbers are hard to even process. So what's the core takeaway here for you?
I think the key insight is that this insane pace of investment is being driven by two things. The very real promise of automation tools like Claude Code and this intense, almost desperate competition.
The investment community sees this as a duopoly, and they feel like they have to pick a side no matter the cost.
It seems so, which leaves a really interesting question for you to think about. Given this incredible velocity, doubling a valuation in 3 months, what does this all suggest about the future of the IPO market for these giants?
Are we seeing the peak right now?
Or is this just the beginning? Is this hyper-acceleration the new normal for the AI market curve?